Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Hall o'clock with a great big stack of parcels from you, my wonderful subscribers, and one of my own from bricklink.com. Okay, well I'm going to leave my one till second, put that to one side, and I'm not going to be greedy actually and go through all of these today because there's quite a few built up from when I was on holiday, so I'm going to put these three to one side and do them next time, and I'm going to do the biggest and the smallest this time. So best things come in small packages, so I'll dig into the small one first, and this has got a little letter in it. And some pieces. Oh, that is fantastic. So the envelope says, try not to laugh too much, and I've already failed at that. And we've got a great big letter here because these have fallen out. Some 1x8 tiles saying Boaty McBoatface. So the letter says, Dear Robin, following on from your ocean exploration vessel in your last Under the Sea Cabinet episode, that's set 60095, just from the memory banks. We couldn't let a good opportunity pass by. We know what us Brits are like. Leave us in charge of something important and we'll find a way of taking it to the next level. Well, you said it and told the story so eloquently. We thought it, and with our tongues in cheek, a subtle nod and a wink to the wider British sense of humour, we hope you find the enclosed hilariously funny, as we did getting them made for you. Yeah, so this is the story about that vessel, the real life one, which was, I think, an Arctic exploration vessel. The public voted to name that ship, the real life one, Boaty McBoatface, as a joke. And then the government decided to not go with that and go with the Sir David Attenborough as the name for the boat. But they did throw a bone to us voters by naming one of the small remote submarines Boaty McBoatface. So I joked I could name my great big boat Boaty McBoatface, and now I've got the tiles to do that. So the letter continues. May we introduce, printed on official new Lego 1x8 tiles, no expense spared, your very own vessel registration nameplates. Of course, and as always, we leave it up to you to decide how you might use them, but going for the white tile, we hopefully allow it to will hopefully allow it to blend into most vessel colour schemes in Brick Nottingham. Keep up the good work. All the best. The team at Imagine Bricks over on Bricklink. Cadge. So, he's the one who sent that whole box of used bricks as well. So a very keen supporter of the channel. And, well, you say I can use them where I like, but don't I have to use them on that exploration vessel? Wouldn't that be the most fun? Oh, I think I'm going to pause this before even getting to this one and put at least one of these, if not all three, to good use. Because they are just brilliant. I even like the font. That is fantastic. Cool. Right, pause. I'm going to get that ship down and stick these on. All right, well, here's the ocean exploration vessel, and I've managed to use two of the tiles rather well, I think. So one right on the front, as you can see, and that is perfect. It's even the right length and everything, isn't it? It's really good. Really like that. So that looks great. All my magnets have moved around on the inside, so that's now firmly attached to the side. And I've managed to incorporate another one on the back there using some bracket pieces like this. So that looks really good as well, because I think hanging over the sides, it would have been suspended in midair and you'd still see the old name. And I'm not pulling off those stickers, I don't think. So I'm not sure that would look that great hanging off the edge anyway. So yeah, I've managed to include two, front and back. And I think much like number plates, they had a lot of detail and I really like those. So thanks so much for those, Cadge. That is absolutely great. Pride of place in the cabinet. And you never know, maybe there'll be a second Boaty McBoatface in the city as well, because the two don't have to be in correlation, or maybe it's got its own office, or I don't know, something like that. So it might be that we can even use the third one of those. Ideas for that. But yeah, that's just the front. I might have to position this so you can definitely see that, even though the back is where all the action's going on. But yeah, fantastic. Right, well, we've started very, very positively, so let's continue on with this absolutely huge package from America, from Kentucky to be exact. I think that's right. Wilmore, Kentucky. And this one has been absolute age coming to me. No fault of the sender at all, purely because, well, it's been held up in all sorts of different places by people who couldn't find my PO box. So remember, if you do send me a package to my PO box address, do let me have the tracking information. I can make sure it does make its way to me eventually. This one I think has been a few months, believe it or not, and I've been on them almost daily. It's been a real marathon. Oh my word, there's loads of good stuff in here. And a letter, so I better start with that. Dear Robin, I wanted to say how much I appreciate you and your channel. Your creativity is inspiring and your humour endlessly entertaining. After starting to watch your channel about a year ago, you have reignited my love for Lego. Thank you. Oh, that's nice to hear. I think I've done that for a lot of people. I think I might have helped start quite a few cities around the world, which is always good to hear. And that's why I want your pictures if you've done that. Watching your Bricklink hauls has started me down an addictive path of hunting for old, rare and unique pieces. I wanted to share some of my collection with you. Wow, thank you. Whether it be Duplo, Fabuland, Belleville or Bionicle, I've tried to send some bizarre pieces. Oh, good. That's exactly what I like. I know you've received several of these pieces before. However, I hope you will find at least some inspiration or use for ongoing projects. Oh, I'm certain I will. Don't worry about that, John. Thank you once again for sharing your passion with all of us. Your love of Lego is contagious. I'm so proud to be part of this community. Best regards, John. Oh, that is absolutely lovely. P.S. from 6 months later. Yeah, that's that's what I was saying. Let's try this again. I think part of the whole problem with getting this package over to me included it going all the way back to John before he sent it on yet again. So that is just a staggering amount of effort. So here we've got a bit of cardboard holding together some fragile stickers and, ooh, a lovely sail piece. And, oh golly, all sorts of things in here. Yeah, definitely loads of stickers, so get rid of that. We've got a cardboard bit. I think that's around one of those sort of celebration sets. Oh, it must be the wedding one because of the garlands. That might be hard to use, John, because it's cardboard. I don't know if I want to use that, but anyway, thanks for that. This just leapt out, didn't it? Wow. This is one of the old sails from the Islander sets way back in the, well, what would it be, early 90s, late 80s, around then. So there'd be a sort of catamaran boat with islanders, Pacific Islanders, with this as their sail. And I absolutely love that face. I've got that helmet, I think, in my museum. And it's in lovely condition for its age. I mean, it's a bit faded. Maybe it will take a very gentle wash, but it doesn't really need it because it's still vivid on the red, yellow and blue, isn't it? Wow. So the challenge there is that I definitely have to try and use that, don't I? So I could either have an Islander sort of catamaran in my cabinet, 20,000 bricks under the sea, or maybe one's got seriously lost and ended up in Brick Nottingham. Or another use, perhaps. Yep, so thoughts for that, but I think I've covered the main ones. Put that safely back in there, but that is absolutely gorgeous. And they're quite hard to get nowadays in good condition. All the ones that are for sale are usually the worst ones, you know, the ones that have been through the wars. Let's see. Right, then we've got a great big sheet of eyes. Now these I recognise, so they must be Minion eyes, presumably, though I don't recognise those ones. Is this officially Lego? Don't know. You'll have to tell me if you recognise that sticker sheet. It's just a bit of cardboard. More little ones in here. Wow, absolutely loads. I mean, a good thing about... Oh, new written on the bag as well. Good thing about people sending me stuff from America is they often have a lot of sets or bricks or access to sets that we just don't have in the UK because they were too popular or weren't available as much. So it always gets a different cross-section. So we've got this one for a jewellery store and a cat stuck up a tree. Presumably that's a newspaper. Nice closed sign like that. That's off one of the Batman sets, isn't it? This is a vet set with a paw and a heartbeat. Yeah, might be able to use that. Some more subway signs. I really like these tatty circular subway signs. I could definitely probably use those around my haunted subway. Some planks. I always like those. So that's good. Nice dinosaur calendar. Some electricity signs. Tread plates. ×4. They're nice dark ones, those, aren't they? Oh, and I used that on some train build or other, I think. Gyros here, as I use those for the gyrosphere. or Euros. I keep getting told off for how I pronounce that. Some more lines with tread plates and all sorts of stuff there. Yeah, that'll be good around maybe my train shed. Sort of half tread plate, half hazard sticker. I like that. A cafe, cupcake cafe. Oh, I've got the sign with those on, so there's some more of those, and nice other cupcake menus and coffees and things. Should be able to use that blackboard one somewhere. Yeah, I like those. Wow, this is a lot of food for thought. Oh, wow. 2 fishy undersea ones. All sorts going on there. I could use those for my aquariums outside the front of my Japanese restaurant or in my deep sea cabinet. I have to put them on some brown bricks. They look good. Yeah, I have to think about that. Nice jellyfish, clamshells, all sorts. Message in a bottle. Nice. Some purple patterning for trans pieces. Yeah. And other sort of technological things. Those things might be good with the sort of runes on for some sort of mystical device, maybe under the sea, that's been lost to the ages. Very nice. Oh, and some glitter ones with sort of roof bits on. It's a bit glittery. Is this a troll set? Oh, records. They're good. Guitar. And oh, that'd be good for the record store, wouldn't it? That might be a new sign. I've got them all right next to me on the desk. That could be a replacement for the front sign. I like that. Ooh, which way up is it? No, I think it's that way, isn't it? Or is it? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, maybe that's it. Hoo-hoo, I like that. Thanks, John. Well, there's an absolute mountain of bricks in here, so I guess I'll just do an avalanche. Oh, my word. You've been, ridiculously generous, I can see already. This is absolutely unbelievable. There's one of those swimming pools that I made in that sweat. If I need to do a second one of those. Here's some football pitch pieces. I don't know how I would use those, but oh God, is it the whole thing? Wow. So is that for the table football table? I suppose it must be. For a very small football table in the city. Yeah, I don't know how that works. And that goes, is that a bit wider than that bit? That's a bit odd. Or is this from one of the stadium sets? So ideas for that. How am I going to get that little miniature football pitch in my city? And then we've got lots of goalkeepers, players with numbers on their backs. These are the older ones, though, when goalkeepers used to wear caps. They might have a cigarette on if they're that old. No, that's a bit of a cliche, I think, rather than reality. But yeah, some really interesting kits. I like these. I don't know if these are from the recent one or not. I guess they must be. They're very nice. Anyway, they look new, and we've got a football as well. So there's a great big bag of footballing stuff. Then we've got a wonderful 2-piece head for the Crystal King that is part of the Power Miners. Can't get the two bits together for the life of me at the moment. There we go. So he's very fun. I might have to use that for my underground scenes rather than under the sea scenes. Other bits in here include, I've never seen these before. So these are obviously an Ninjago with the snakes on and another one with different snakes on. I don't know how I'm going to use those. Guess there's some sort of spinner piece, and there's a third one with snakes on as well, but in trans orange. Some more of these. I do have these, but you can never have too many of these Atlantis keys. We've got the squid, we've got the shark, we've got the crab, and the ray. Very nice. One of those, got one of those on a GBC factory. I really like the fact you can turn it right up to skull. Must be a dice sort of spinner in reality. And that's interesting with gold flecks on the trans orange there. Very nice. Ooh, these look a bit more difficult to use. Yeah, in light lavender. I'm not sure I'm going to be using those rock pieces. Sorry, John. Just can't think of how that would look good. But there's one of those nice ice ones. So I can definitely use that in my Arctic scene. And then these glittery ones, maybe under the sea, I don't know. Maybe from a mystical cave or something like that with glitter on. Yeah, that's thought-provoking. I like that. Wow. Now, I've got a Fabuland motorbike in my city, which is part of a time machine. that was sent in by a subscriber. But now we've got the trike one. Do you call it a trike when it's going that way with two wheels at the front? It's kind of a bike with a pannier sort of basket on the front with a massive ice cream sticker. And this is the sort of thing I mean. I've never even seen this in the UK. So that is something that maybe is quite rare in this country, but more common over the other side of the Atlantic. So you can put a normal minifigure on here. You know, it will sort of work, and they could be cycling it. Get an adult, so then they're a bit better proportioned. There we go. And then I could have that full of ice creams. I mean, that would actually work. Could have that in the fairground. So I think I'll actually be able to use that. So that's really good. I just love that sticker. It's really big and vivid ice lolly. We've got one of those. I think I've got a few of those for Under the Sea. So that's good. Skull piece for rock faces. Either around, I don't know, Pirate's Cove or Under the Sea. And a couple of crates. Very nice. A Fabuland cow. I don't have any Fabuland figures. The very first set I ever had was a Fabuland one. And I don't have that figure anymore, sadly. But now I have a Fabuland cow. The first one I had was a pig. And he had a taxi. So it's that set, if you remember that. So, oh, it's lost some of the colouring on its nose. I think that used to be white. You can just see his nostrils, or her nostrils. Oh, so that needs a bit of a clean, but it's all right. Oh, golly, a bit sticky on the back, but we can sort that out. And you think maybe you could use that as an advert. I mean, I think naturally that is clearly an advert for milk, isn't it? So it's almost like something could be advertising the brand of milk that's in my milk carrier for my train or something like that. So maybe we could attach her to a billboard. I think studs fit into those legs at the back. Yeah, so that is kind of an attachment point. So I could put her suspended on a billboard. So that's another good idea for another project. Oh, wow. Hey, but this would work Under the Sea, wouldn't it? So these felt pieces, I'm presuming, are from Troll sets. Because they look very new. And they're very interesting, aren't they? I mean, they do look like plant pieces. That'll give me even more diversity Under the Sea if they're in clumps like this. Who would have thought we'd have felt? And it is official Lego. So that's interesting. And then, oh, there's some more of the felt ones. These three flowers. They might be harder to use, but maybe as a clump, they're sort of a cloud of something. Or maybe they could be used that way. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it? As coral. Oh, I like that. Don't know how I'm going to attach it all together like that. But, I mean, I suppose you could just wedge it in, couldn't you? And then these thin ones, I think, are from Clickits, which was kind of the jewellery sort of line that Lego did before Dots, where you could basically make a necklace or rings or whatever by pushing these and sandwiching them in between different plastic pieces. You remember I got a few of them for making a sculpture, modern art sculpture that I still haven't put together in my city. I've got so many projects outstanding. But wow, so those could be used in all sorts of ways Under the Sea, just to add a bit of a frill to something that needed a bit more detail. Wow. John, you've done amazingly well already. If we just stopped here, John, you'd have absolutely nailed it. No wonder you were determined to get this through to me. I can see why. Wow. So loads of plant pieces in interesting colours for, obviously, 20,000 bricks. That's great. Here's a pack of really big Bionicle and dragon pieces, I think. What's that? Golly, that's a big beastie head, isn't it? Wow, he looks angry and very gold. I've got so many beasties for Under the Sea. I don't know how many I'm going to be able to use. But we do have the bottom jaw for that. So even if it's just a mouth or even erupting from something vertically, even if you just saw that, you'd be pretty scared coming out of a hole. It's almost like the Pit of Sarlacc or something like that from Star Wars, but with teeth instead of tentacles and spikes and stuff. So that's interesting. Is that a head? That is really weird. Okay, so that's that. It's one of those spine sort of pieces that I've got a few of. Oh, right. Oh, no, it's another one. I thought that might be another half. I'm going to have to look that one up in the catalogue. I can't tell if that's a mouth and these are supposed to be eyes. I think that's what it is. But I mean, it's horrible, isn't it? There could be shoulder pads almost on some great big beastie. Okay, so they're very interesting. A few of these plant pieces. Wow, we're going to have too many at this rate. This, which is... Oh, golly, look at that. So that is a head. And he looks kind of fishy. So that's kind of fun. And there's an absolute ton of spikes on the back of him. I don't know how... Maybe that gets bent back or round or something to make them all go in different directions. That's going to be hard to use one of, let alone two of, unless they're sort of, I don't know, enemy submarines or something like that. Maybe there's a man sort of behind these, sort of sitting down, you know, looking out of the things, out of the eye holes or something like that, and it's jetting through the water. I don't know. That looks a bit complicated to use. Wow. They're very interesting though, John. Yep. Fantastic. More of those pieces. I've just used loads of these. Oh, but you've included two corner ones, which literally adds a different dimension. Though we need the underside bits as well, I think. So anyway, lots of interest there. We can have those at the very, very least. Well, those will be easy to use somewhere. These three could be sort of in a crate, sort of ready to be delivered down underneath the waves to the next section of the tunnel that's being created. Another one of those and another one of those. You know, we're not even halfway, I don't think. This is going to take ages. Maybe I need to leave my package to another time. We have got half a planet. Have we got one half? Yeah, just one half of a planet. So this will test my knowledge. Is this Dagobah? Probably not. I don't know. Could even be Endor, really, couldn't it? But anyway, there is a Star Wars planet. Or maybe it's the one that's in... oh, golly. I've temporarily forgotten its name. Where they steal the plans. Because that was kind of green with loads of water on, wasn't it? You know, the one from Rogue One. Anyway, yeah. So that could be that. I'm not sure how that's going to work under the sea or in the city. I was thinking of getting one of these and just sort of sticking it on the wall like this. So it could be a planet. You know, a distant planet. Maybe that's Venus in the night sky. But then again, it's a bit big if that's the case. You'd have thought Venus would be very small because it's quite a long way away, as you're probably aware. Yeah, so yeah, ideas for that one. I would like to use that, but we only have got one half of it. Talking of huge pieces. So this is the Duplo bag, clearly. And this is to make a huge 3D sign. Now, I know Jang did this ages and ages ago. They're big sort of ice cream sundae type pieces, and you stack them together. So, golly, what's that? Is that the next bit? No. Oh, there's a pizza. Duplo pizza for an Italian. I think I've got one of those, but not necessarily that one. Oh, wow. A huge hot dog sign. Got to use that on a pole above a vendor or something like that so people can find the food. That is awesome. Oh, I love that one. Golly, you've done so well. We've got little white things in a steamer. Is that sort of Chinese food? I think it might be. I'm not entirely sure if this is supposed to go with these or not. But anyway, bun with sprinkles and a bun with sort of chocolate sauce on. You can stack those, but I'm not sure about those. Could one of those be Venus? I doubt it. But they're very interesting. I love these felt ones. And then we've got two. What's that? Coffee? Yeah, coffee, because it's got coffee beans around. I was going to say it could be hot chocolate, but not with coffee beans all around the outside. So, yeah, that's really interesting for a coffee shop or an advert, billboard, something like that. It's kind of very traditional looking. Yes. Wow, John, you may have made the most interesting subscriber package ever. We've had some pretty amazing ones, so there's some fierce competition, but we've got some stairways, both in aqua and magenta, or dark pink, depending on which one it is. They're quite similar. And you can stack those up a pole, and we could almost have these alternating, couldn't we? Though that would be a bit of a garish, sort of video-esque staircase with those colours. Wow. I'm going to have to start pouring this on top of itself because we're running out of space. Embarrassment of riches. But we've got plant pieces. We've got that, which I suppose could be a plant piece, sort of a big sword. We've got little plant pieces in brown. Those, ooh, it's the SSP. We've got flipper pieces. More of those. I've been collecting those. Oh, big ones. Yeah, I haven't got those. Those big helicopter kind of blades in lime. I hadn't thought of that. But that's quite good, isn't it? Another exotic shape. Maybe that came from one of the more recent plant sets. I don't know. I haven't been really trawling the catalogue for the new stuff so much recently. These, yeah, they could be plants as well if you angle them all right, sort of so they don't look too regular. That looks quite good, for example. The wings that came on that haunted train set on the hidden side. Loads of similar pieces there, but really good. Oh, and I love these. I can't work out if they're supposed to be rocks or beasties or maybe a coral, because then you can put a little fish in the middle or something like that. So that'd be good. And I think that's broken, but it doesn't matter because it still works in the fact that I think it's supposed to be longer, but yeah, that really doesn't matter because that will be the plant. Wow. More Bionicle, I think. We've got more of these beasties. I've got one of these and they're horrid. They're kind of sort of rubbery and they just feel nasty. I think I could hide one of those and Mrs. Hood would freak out if she found it in a drawer or something. Maybe I'll do that and report back on how it goes. So we've got one of those in green, one in black and red. Wow. Oh golly, there's 4. A light blue one and a dark blue one. I can't remember the one I've got. I think I've got another green, but I think it's a dark green, isn't it? So we've got 5 now. That's far too many. We could almost have people riding them as a competition, like a race. We could have bug racing. Though there is no way of attaching to this horrible sort of brain top. Blech. You can attach something to the bottom. A couple of black tentacles, which could be a beastie or just some plants. This is not... Oh, it is. I thought this was going to be the Fabuland roundabout piece, but have you sealed that? Is this a new piece I don't know about? Actually, it does look quite old. I wonder if it's got a date on it. Anyway, that could either be the Fabuland roundabout piece or something I don't know about. But yeah, it could definitely be used on a ride in my fairground. That'd be really useful if I'd had that ages ago. So that is lovely. More thoughts provoked on that. That's going to really get me thinking. Lots of tentacles. Wow, John, you've just been far too generous. We've still got loads of bags to go. I'm not going to tip that one out. That's loads of green slopes and curved slopes. Probably for the fairground. That's probably a hint to get on with that and get that finished. Really big bits in here. Now this, I'm not sure about. I've got quite a few of these bracelet pieces from Dots and stuff like that. And even the handles from the video beatboxes. And I was thinking of using them under the sea, but I just can't make them look good. So the fact you give me an absolute load of colours makes me think I should try again maybe. But I know what you mean. So if you've got a good design that uses one of these, especially to, I don't know, have some plant type pieces on it, then let me know. But we've got lots of different colours to play around with. And this interests me even more because I nearly got one of these, but didn't. I don't think I've got it in an order coming. I might do, but I didn't realise it was anywhere near this big. That explains a lot because I think it was a couple of pounds. It's a huge Duplo-sized vine sort of piece. And wow, I was going to use that under the cabinet, but it's going to take up half of it, isn't it? But that is great. So I can't remember if I ordered that. If I haven't, then yay, I've got one. I think they come in lime as well. I might be wrong with that. And the last bit in there was a huge arch with some kind of prizes on for the fairground. Yeah, that was part of one of the Toy Story sets, I'm thinking. And yeah, it could work. I'm not a massive fan of it because the prizes are sort of 2D and I'd rather have 3D ones. But I suppose you could hang 3D ones in front of that and it'd give it real depth, wouldn't it? So maybe I could do a stall around that. Oh, wow. A massive rock skull piece. Right, I think this is going to have to be the whole haul this week. It's just too big. No brick link, just subscriber. Yep, so that is absolutely great. Make a scary scene under the waves. Golly, got canvas pieces in here. Clamshells galore. Big, small, and absolutely every colour you can imagine. Ooh, there's the SSP again. They're obviously looking for me. Even the quite sort of rare medium orange is that one, something like that. And the aqua one, dark aqua or medium aqua or something. You can see it's different from the more recent one. Wow, so that's generous. 2 massive Duplo fish. They're surely too big. Oh, 3 in fact. So there's the one I've got on the fish and chip shop already, but I could use one in my cabinet. Maybe that's a huge tuna, though he does look a bit goofy. Then we've got these clownfish. Now, are they too big for under the sea? They look a bit kissy, don't they? Yeah, thoughts on that? Are they too big for the cabinet? They're quite huge, but they could be something like sunfish. I mean, sunfish are very massive. So, yeah. Oh, got some leaves here. Purple and gold. Under the sea stuff. So these are the little fish I was talking about in a way, because they're on a stick. You see that one there. And that would go really well, say, in this little coral here. Just stick it in there and it looks like a fish is swimming through a coral. So that'd be good. But there's little octopus and stuff in there. It's all the little friends ones. Got some more. We've got, what have we got in here? Crab, starfish, the chef hats. They're called tocs, I think, and they're in different colours. So you can make them into jellyfish. That's all under the sea stuff. And then we've got some regular fish in all sorts of colours as well. Wow. Absolutely spoilt here. And I've never seen this before. So I'm thinking, because you listed Belleville in your list of things, I won't take this out of the bag because it looks like it might even be the original bag. I won't take it out till I use it. But this is obviously a mermaid costume for Belleville, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Now that makes it very, very interesting. But do I want this in my cabinet? It'd be interesting to try and use it, wouldn't it? You could almost have it vanishing behind something else. Or maybe, actually, you know, you think not this beast, obviously, but I mean, if you did stick that tail in there, you know, anything could have this as its tail. So you could just make a beastie out of that or out of anything else we've discussed today, and then just have it capped off with that. So that is very, very interesting indeed. Flower pieces. So these can all be stacked. We've got 3 different colours, dark blue, magenta, and medium azure. Stick those in there. Loads of fish things. Wow, if you've just been doing my job for me in America, basically, and then sending me everything you've got, because this could be one of my hauls. It's absolutely perfect, isn't it? John, you've clearly watched all my hauls and, you know, totally got what I'm going for. Because we've got a tentacle piece there. Trident, can use all this. That is the bottom of a genie, but I think it could be a fish if used cleverly. Or one of those alien clingers. Good. That looks like Minecraft. Don't know much about that. Is that a Minecraft watermelon or something? A square watermelon. A diver's hat. That is... Yes, that's from the series minifigure, isn't it? The old school diver. That's very nice. The crab hat. A shark hat. Another shark hat. The anglerfish hat. And a third one of the fish face baddie from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I was thinking of having those just with their heads sort of sticking out of caves because they look very, very bitey and nasty. Yeah. Cool. Oh, wow, this just goes on. Right, yeah, we're definitely saving my package till next time. We've got Coast Guard pieces. Presumably these are for using the stickers on my Coast Guard station. There's another one. Will that augment my boat? I'm not sure if my boat's got that on. But anyway, we might be able to use that. Got some flags with crowns on. We've got some interesting under the sea sort of ramps. And that's a jungly one. And goodness knows what that one is. But a nice interesting pattern for some ramps. Tread plate stickers and hazard stickers. Wow. Oh, another one of those World Unity things. I've still not used my ones of those, but there's one more of that. A magic carpet, or rather just a carpet, not a magic one. I've got one of these hanging up in my, what's it called? Pawnbroker, as part of Fast Food Corner, but we could definitely use one somewhere else. It could almost be a magic carpet, couldn't it? Came with one of the old Explorers sets. It's really nice. What else is in here? We've got Fabuland bus stop sign. It's a bit kiddie, isn't it? But the stickers might be interesting. Oh, I might be able to use those for something coming up in the mall. And, oh, that one I really don't like. You can't like everything in this life. Those are just too twee for me. No, don't like that sticker, but the sign will be useful. And a little bit of a wall with some stuff going off it. Oh, can't get in these tiny bags. Bet I can use that somewhere interesting. Very nice. Wow, more decorated bricks. We've got a Dock 13 sign. We've got a city transport sign that comes off the Lime bus. We've got some of these cargos signs. We've got these two with flowers on. Or some round windows from SpongeBob, I think. I should be able to use those under the sea. I haven't seen these ones. The flower on. That would go very well over a door, wouldn't it? Door there. Just as some sort of decoration, almost like it was stained glass or something. Oh, tiles. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to miss some, aren't I? Ice cream. Keep out. Ooh, Rock Raider one. A warning, rock monsters. A record, football. Coast Guard. Something. Submarine. ×2. Ooh. An actual part of a ruler. It's quite interesting. It'd be good for a seamstress shop or something like that. Deep sea one. Skull and crossbones. Some swirly magic. Oh, that's a nice big arrow on some wood. That must be a Mario or maybe a Angry Birds one or something. A face, another face. Style taste class. So that's like on Mrs. Hood's Queer Eye set. Should be able to use that. Under the sea. Oh, make Lego models, not war. I've put that in my skateboard shop, but now I've got another one. Dish, a bowl with some lettuce. I think that's for Batman's lobster, isn't it? An arrow. Wanted, is that? Yeah, wanted. Shop. Wanted, wanted. Alert, enter. Ooh, a sort of sizzly bacon and eggs one. I like that. That's good. I've never seen that one before either. Don't know where I can put that, in a cafe or something. Enter, and another Arctic one. Right, I'm not tipping this out. Loads and loads of tiny ones with notes on. I was thinking of using those on my vinyl record store actually as the decoration. I ended up going with actual vinyl records. Game over. That'll be good for a arcade. Some stars, constellations, buttons for an arcade, little camera pictures, a bicycle picture, can tops. Little stars. Wow. Awesome. 3 more bags. And the bags have bags in them. Wow. So we've got some divers. Oh, ×3, ×4. And those are all from the sort of Atlantis line style. Got 2 swamp monsters for my army building. Yay, more swamp monsters. An interesting alien. Oh, is that the alien commander thing? Or is that the alien trooper thing? Oh, I'll have to look that up in a catalogue. But there's another really interesting alien for the cantina. Whenever I manage to get designing that. I think I have to finish the mall first and then I could do that. Very, very different. So there's 2 of these. I can't remember if this is the trooper or the sort of captain or whatever it is. But one of them is very valuable. But they're both very cool. A lot bigger than I thought. I mean, he's miles bigger than a minifigure, isn't he? Very nice. More army building. Then we've got 2 male cyclopses. We've got, oh, a different alien. Oh, I've broken another bag. Yeah. Which is this type of alien, which doesn't move. And a little funny character there. That's sort of a racers type piece. Hey, another, oh wow. Not only another wonderful Forestman to add to the collection. So this guy will get added to my desk display because he's different. But we've got the one with the black torso. I'm pretty sure that's rare. This neck bit around there. You get a black, blue, red, maybe another colour, forget. But that, I'm pretty sure, is rare. I love that. So we'll have to give him a name. Well, we'll call him John, won't we? Fantastic. So there's John, another one for our merry band of merry men. Fantastic. Some claws from an old Doc Ock, I think. Some more criminals, as if we needed more in Brick Nottingham. A alien type thing. Is that from UFO line or Explorians or something? Very interesting. So that could be canteened. A TV guy and a Coast Guard guy. Two more baddies. An Arctic guy and a polar guy. I like him. I've never seen that torso before either. Oh, that's open. Yes. So he's on the previous Arctic line, but I just love that little polar bear there. So maybe he's a polar bear specialist. Or rather, she is. Fantastic. Oh, I've just noticed that. It's a baby's bottle. It's been in one of the other bags. We've got a diver. Oh, that's from the same era as the yellow pieces that we've buried. Oh, we've got the other swamp monster. He can be the swamp monster king then. So this is the purpley one that came not with the monster fighters, but with... God, Liz is testing me. Scooby-Doo, I think. So he'll have a disguise face on the back as well. But that could be the king of the swamp monsters. Or the queen. Actually, it almost looks a bit feminine with that purple. So maybe this is the swamp monster queen under the cabinet. Oh, I love that. That's better than it looks in the catalogue, actually. I really like that. Oh, wow. You've come to town with swamp monsters. Right, so this is the third type of swamp monster that came with the Lego Movie 2 series. Oh, don't forget the trident. And this is one I wasn't as fussed with just because, well, it's got a nice different coloured green helmet piece in that it's bright green, but it's just that he's got a tattoo and braces on, which looks a bit odd if you ask me, or suspenders as you call them in the States. Yeah, but they're good legs. So yeah, it just looks a bit too kind of, you know, not monstery, more civilized. But anyway, he's very good fun, and we can definitely use the helmets. I've probably got enough swamp monsters now. Then we've got this hula girl, who's the hula singer, I think she's called. Very good. That could almost go in my tiki bar, as could the hula girl from Series 3, who I've already put one on my mall. And that's the lovely flowered hair, so I could probably use her there. They've probably got too much staff now. Maybe she's waiting at a bus stop to go to work. An Arctic one, the old green Parker ones. Manta warrior. You never have too many Atlantis manta warriors, can you? Fantastic. Another diver one. And that is the end of that bag. Oh, I've just found a corn on the cob. That's one of the new corns on the cob, isn't it? My very first. Very nice indeed. I'm not getting a million of these to redo my farmer's field, by the way. It would cost me a small fortune for a start. But it's very nice to have one. So I could have that at the market, or maybe somebody's just preparing it for cooking. Who knows? Very nice. Right, two more bags. Crikey, more big pieces. We've got a massive sword there. Not sure how that would be used. A very interesting sort of manta ray-esque type piece. Maybe that's transport for the Atlantis creatures. Who knows? Oh, I've got one of those before. I was going to use that as a great big sort of death ray type gun because of the interesting red inset plastic on the black. So yeah, maybe I have a pair of those. It almost needs to be on a spaceship, really, doesn't it? A black and red spaceship. Kind of Blacktron, but different. Big trident piece. Oh, those rock pieces. Yeah, I've had these before, but I don't think I had them in dark red. So that's very interesting, isn't it? That could be near a sort of underwater vent or something like that. Well, there's a second one of those. That's good. So we can have a little swarm of those. A spiky barnacle kind of weapon, half. There might be another half of that in here. We've got a ball. And this lovely marbled blue and white. No, we've just got one half of that. But maybe that's could almost be the base of some sort of plant or something, couldn't it? I don't know. But then these, oh golly, we've got a silver ball that's trying to roll away. And then we've got 4 of these spiky things. I think you're supposed to join these together in pairs and make huge, great big spiked balls, almost like Christmas decorations, but spiky. So, yeah, I don't know, I'm going to use those, but it's got to be something evil, hasn't it? It's got to be something with Dr. Inferno or maybe antimatter. Yeah, attach those to a great big chain and have them swinging around and bashing stuff in the city. Maybe they need to be for the mech. I could just have them as cargo, couldn't I? And have them being delivered to Dr. Inferno's warehouse. Wow. As if this wasn't enough, we got one more bag. For possibly the longest single package haul from a subscriber. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in an excellent way. We've got an absolute mountain of empty bags over here. Dark green dragon wings. Tempted to use those on a dragon, you know. They're a good dragony colour, dark green, rather than under the sea, but I could use them there as well. So there's one pair of those. They look very good condition indeed. Some more of those connecty arm pieces, but in trans neon yellow. Yeah, some of my firm favourites here. Oh, and a new piece. We've got these pieces that I keep getting and these pieces that I keep getting. A nice chain in a similar hue and some smaller bits and bobs, but this is new to me. It's kind of like a rib cage, isn't it, for a barnacle beastie or something like that. Could almost just be legs, couldn't it? Wow. And a really nice colour. It's trans bright green, so I don't think it will glow. It's not trans neon green. I don't think. I might be wrong with that. Yeah, you can see, because look at the difference between those two. So it won't fluoresce, but it's still very interesting. A couple of those geodesic dome type domes in green. Loads of phone pieces in medium azure. Golly, how am I going to use those? I suppose you could use loads of them as a ladder, couldn't you? That many. That's the thing. When you have one of these pieces, it's not that useful. But when sometimes you have a big bulk of something, you can use them for totally different ideas. I think that can make a really interesting shaped ladder. Yeah. Maybe a wacky plant? Yep, ideas for these phones, please, people, in the comments section. We've got some Unikitty tails. All sorts of different ones, different patterns. Some iridescent-y sort of pearlescent sword pieces. They're beautiful colour, aren't they? I won't take them out because I'll be forever putting these things back in bags, but they're lovely. One of those. Oh, that's been on my list for ages. No one has one of these. It's a very common piece, but it's got printing on it. So it's just like normal flower piece, but it's got this wonderful little pattern on it. And I just had that on my list as something that I've just, you know, wanted one of to have, really, and use. It'll definitely go under the sea, won't it? Well, it could be a normal big flower above ground. Maybe I'll put it on my rooftop garden, on my modular, next to the beekeeper people on the top. That'd be really nice there, won't it? Oh, thanks for that. Tiny piece, but that really means a lot. No smoking sign. Some candy floss. Oh, I needed some of those because I wanted some more. Some umbrellas in this trans pink colour. Lovely. They could be under the sea or umbrellas themselves. Lots more green sort of finger pieces. Smaller type, hooky type finger pieces in green. Those are from the Mystery Wagon Scooby-Doo, but they could be plants. One of those. Some of these. Some glittery dishes. Some, loads of swords and chainsaws in bright colours. And, those pieces, the energy pieces in trans neon. Loads of cones in loads of bright colours. One of those horrible bugs. This is even worse than the big ones. It's just so squidgy. It's like somebody blew their nose. And, yeah, enough said. I mean, that is just horrid, isn't it? It's kind of squidgy and stretchy. Oh, yes, so one of those in blue. I think there's a gun that fires these. So maybe I need to investigate that and get one of them. And I can start firing that at Mrs. Hood. She'll freak out. More grassy bits. And, a Minecraft body. And I've never seen that before. But that is an official coral piece for a Duplo. Yes. I have had that on my list. That's bigger than I thought as well. And it's lovely and sort of wavy like for under the sea. Wow, well, that is absolutely everything. And that just absolutely crowns it as well. I mean, John, what have you done? You're crazy. This is just a vast wealth of stuff. It's going to take me hours just to sort it all out again. But I'm so grateful. It's just so many pieces that are going to either provoke some thought or create a whole new build coming off them, or just stack my cabinet absolutely to the gills. No pun intended. And the minifigures, there's just so much. I'm really quite humbled by that. Thank you so much. There's not even time to do my package now. Well, when I first opened this package and saw the Islanders sale, I knew it was going to be a good one, but I had no idea it was going to be this good. So good it took over the whole video. John, you've been incredibly generous, including the new member to the Outlaw Band, which we will have to call John in your honour. I'll give him an accessory as well, I think, and we'll have him as a permanent fixture on the desk. Not to forget the wonderful tiles provided by Cadge. Boating McBoatface is officially a thing in the cabinet now, so that was absolutely great as well. And wow, just a wonderful haul. I'm kind of speechless at just the sheer generosity of what people send in. And I've still got 3 packages to do next time, so I might not even get to my brick link haul then either. Who knows? But wow, what a fantastic video. I'm going to have to get on with sorting all of this out. But if you've seen anything here that you like the look of or have a specific idea for, do let me know, because there's so much. I'm going to need quite a bit of help from you guys, I think. But as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And if you want to send something to the channel, you can, just like John and Cadge did, to the usual address. But until next time, see you! Yeah, you know, sometimes the smallest things strike you the hardest. That is so cool.